Now, America's most incredible network gives you another side of the story as we go into the world of the haters.
All right, everybody. Welcome to the 2023 Black Lives Don't Matter. Never too late to hate. I can't breathe in this submersible Canada wildfire, book burning, smoke choking, post-racial, post-pandemic hate awards. I'm Paul Flobeson, joined here by my haters in struggle, Dark Kitty and Cousin Hate. Fellas, welcome.
So what's up?
Good to be here.
All right, so let's get right into it. We all know the rules. Everyone can get it and hate harder. And let's just right away, since I said everyone can get it. Just pause. But anyway. But anyone can get it. Hate harder. We'll put the link to the show in the show description to the history of the Hate Awards, its former hosts. By the way, do we want to say anything about the replacements?
No, I just think it's time for the amateur hour to be shut down.
Well, there it is. But anyway, but if anybody wants a history of and definition of, they can check that out there. And just be made aware that the general point is to hate on all that impede African revolution, African liberation. Anything else need to be said about that?
And it's not biting if you're better than the person you're stealing it from.
Oh, damn. So we all ready to get started? We ready to jump right into the first award?
Yeah, in no particular order.
Okay.
We got I think Dark Kitty, this might be a good one for you to lead off. The Toby Not Kunta Award. We got 3 nominees for this one. But let's start off, Dark Kitty, what does that mean, Toby Not Kunta?
Toby Not Kunta means that people are restrained. They ain't it. They tied up, and not in the good, S&M way, the bad way,
Wow.
And this is like they try to get a foot in the game and got cut short. So nominee number 1, the Democratic Party's black leaders led by Clyburn.
Oh, damn. Collective Tobyism.
This is interesting now. All right, let's keep going here. The BLM decline. Where are we with this one?
So what does that mean? The decline is representative of their Tobiness?
Well, I think that we have to deal with the fact that they are losing prestige. I think the deal that Patrice Cullors had with with the Warner Brothers is one of the victims of the bankruptcy or future bankruptcy of Warner Brothers. They cut a lot of projects, and one of the projects they cut was hers.
Whoops.
So one becomes Toby by being tortured. Like I just keep thinking of Kunta on that whipping post. They asking him, what's your name? So you saying like the folks went from trained socialists to becoming trained what?
They went in with guns and they came out with grants. Update.
I think they went in looking for grants and got what they went there to get. And with all due respect to Marxists, the once infamously made claim of being trained Marxist was used as cover, as opposed to genuine belief or adherence, acceptance of in any variant. So the decline to me is predictable, and to the extent that Tobies are created out of torture, at some point, I think isn't the award meant to indicate something of a, well, I almost said choice, but I don't want to be confused with Ye and Math Hoffa.
I gotta talk to the people, son.
But at some point, given that many, if not all, experience some form of torture in this process, not everybody becomes Toby. So at some point, there's a conscious acceptance and willingness towards the grift. And it's just always hard to tell if and when that line, if, when, and where that line is. So anyway, but the general decline then is the return to Toby, the regression into Toby.
That's how I view it.
Okay. All right, what's about the third nominee?
We got a combo situation here. It's almost like the piano lesson, no, the banjo lesson, where a father teaches the son how to play this instrument correctly. Al Sharpton and Ben Crump, who created
LLC.
Created their own cottage industry
of losing or at least not ever winning a court case.
And, the old school ambulance chasers really do a good job of telling you what just happened. Can't prevent anything. Aren't interested in getting out of the system. But if you got a check, they will be there to tell you what went wrong.
And like TV lawyers, they will get you a settlement.
And then you almost hope in every instance where you see somebody getting killed or some tragic event in the Black Lives community, you almost hope Ben and Al ain't showing up. Because if they don't show up, there might be a chance for an accurate fight. But otherwise, you're getting paid informants and lawyers whose only goal is the settlement. And all they have to do is bring the attention to this piece.
I mean, they've won cases if you call the settlement winning. Like they won armed robbery, right?
Yeah, that was a pretty important case.
It was so important. Marco Monhill wrote a whole book in victory of it that you can get on Amazon now for $3. That's how important that book was.
And the worst thing about it is, these folks will continue to pass it off to each other, and then there will be documentaries about them. So Al Sharpton's got Loudmouth. What's Ben Crump's documentary?
Does he have one already?
If not, he'll have one soon.
It'll be clips of all the appearances he makes in all the documentaries made about the people who have been killed and whose cases he settles. And in what should be a drop, the classic line from Syriana, where the dude says, "How much for my other son?"
6 more Northfield blocks are being developed. We'd like to offer your firm the rights. 6 blocks? Which phase? 3rd phase. Okay, so we'd be on stream for 10 1/100ths of a cent, so $75 million. Great. That's great. How much for my other kid?
It's the collective reward and payment for the death of the sons and daughters and children and loved ones of Black people that he continues to and that he continues to extend the cottage industry that Sharpton and really Jesse Jackson should be credited in some way as maybe the honorary godfather of it all. of this industry of we're going to take Fred's Rainbow Coalition and turn it into push corporate dollars into the hands of a few black elite celebrity supposed to be heirs to the struggle. Damn.
And when I think of Jesse and Al together, I'm just reminded of that Gina 6 movement where 40,000 people descend on that small town in Louisiana. And Al and Jesse's job was to split up the rally, split up the march, cause confusion, and from there, just make sure they were seen as the leaders of a movement they had nothing to do with. They didn't call for it. They weren't organizing buses to go there. It's kind of like they just showed up and took over.
Mm.
And I think that's where we looked at, the idea of just throwing people off the stage in KRS fashion is really it's an improvement on who your speakers list is. Like the first one to get thrown off the stage should have been Al Sharpton. Second one, Jesse Jackson. Where is KRS when we need him? These cats should have been the legacy of PM Dawn. Toss them off the stage.
All right, well, so there it is. The nominees, the Democratic Party's black leaders led by Clyburn, or as some have come to call him, Clybum, Black Lives Matter, and Al Sharpton / Ben Crump for creating this cottage industry. How are we all intending to vote? Who is going to win this year's 2023 Black Lives Don't Matter, Never Too Late to Hate, I Can't Breathe, and this Submersible Canada Wildfire Book Burning, Smoke Choking, Post-Racial, Post-Pandemic Hate Awards, the Toby Not Kunta Award?
My vote is for the trained Marxist.
All right, Cousin Hate.
I think I'm gonna go with the Dark Kitty on this one.
Well, since my vote doesn't matter at this point, it's a fait accompli. Let's go ahead and make it unanimous, and we'll give the award, this year's Toby Not Kunta Award, to, well, what some would want to distinguish. By the way, before I officially, we push the button on this, some would want us to distinguish between Black Lives Matter, what is it, Global Foundation, and I can't even remember. But and we would maybe want to distinguish and not include in this those still doing the real grassroots groundwork, some under the banner of Black Lives Matter in some cases, but not affiliated with that leadership. Do we want to acknowledge that distinction?
Hell yeah.
Okay, good.
Another distinction on this too, like in that scene where Kunta's getting tortured, I'm struck by the parallels that John Amos is currently in the hospital, trying to check himself out and declaring his family of elder abuse.
Yeah.
And if you think about all of these abusive folks that we just listed, these are the same kind of folks who would be abusing the traditions of African people trying to get free, escape from the system. And these folks are here to corral them back and get the check off their shepherding. There's no winners in this one.
Well, but officially, just because it is what we're here to do, the award this year for the Toby Not Kunta Award is going to go to that Black Lives Matter official elite leadership, 90 million running off with mansion wine sipping, champagne sipping. Congratulations to you. You have earned yourself the distinction and the award again. Congratulations.